Welcome back, everybody. For you, it's not been that long, but for us, it has been very long.
Like 3
It's
weeks
been like
a
almost.
month?
It's been almost 2 months. It's been
Has
6
it?
months.
Six?
Jesus Christ! No, it said 6 weeks.
I was like,
six
huh?
weeks.
It's like, golly.
What-
I'm
what
pretty
month
sure it's
is
been
it?
6
It's been
weeks.
6 weeks. Anyway,
It's either 5 or 6 weeks. It's been a minute.
yeah, life hit some of us hard, harder than others.
Mm-hmm.
My ass especially. So, sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
Phil.
blame me. But I'm not
Yeah,
sorry
so
because
if
I had to handle that shit.
If
so.
we're a little bit out of the groove for this, don't worry. It's we're just knocking the rust off, but we're all good. We're all here.
Yas. Okay, let's see. What were we supposed to do?
Socials. Introduce yourself.
Again, hello, my name is Jordan, Jordan Huntley. I am on Twitch at twitch.tv/Kitsukatu. And that's really it. Social media is a cancer, guys.
Yes, it is. Are we doing government names now?
You don't have to. I'm fine with it.
I'm Cameron. You can find me at Anarchic Killjoy. Just about anywhere if you can't find that. Bright Eyed Anarchist is the other one.
And I'm Klidge. You can find me on everything as Klidge. So I like considered doing the full government name.
No.
My full government VTuber name. For a sec there. Like, hi, I'm Nico Klidge Svenning. You can find me on everything at usually at Klidge. If you look up Klidge, you'll find me. Except on Twitter where it's Sventarian. I don't know who took the name Klidge, but they're a bastard and need to give it back.
My God.
Do
Okay.
I actually have it?
No, I don't. On Twitter, it's Sventarian. I don't know who Klidge is on Twitter.
Well, the account is suspended.
Oh, good.
Klidge, I know a guy that
Great.
could probably take care of that for you.
Oh, really? Put me in contact with him.
He's probably in trouble right now.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Context.
How's his KDA, by the way?
He's 0 for 1. His
Gotcha.
his headshot accuracy is 0% right now.
AIM Labs is free.
Hey, Labs is... All right, we're
AIM
moving
Labs
on.
is free as we can't put this in the
God, I want to. Anyway,
I
we'll
don't
move
know.
on.
Let's
get
We'll
going.
move on. It's
What are we
such a
starting
good
with?
It's
bit.
funny.
It's
Are we
fine.
doing
We'll,
flip flappers or girl from the other side?
so I
Yeah.
think we'll start with flip flappers. And since finishing this, watching it twice, and still having breaks in between, I more or less I remember it. But
Yeah.
I don't have much to
I
say
remember
about
it, but not super well.
Yeah. I don't have too much to say about it. If you guys want to let me go for it first.
I don't have a ton to say either, actually.
Cool. Yeah. You can chime in if you'd like.
So Klidge is going to be the, like,
It's going to be the yapper
I'm fine
today.
with that.
yeah, the yap
Because,
god here.
Is this how I say this is one of my favorite anime ever?
I think that you start. I think you start and then we go, yeah, Klidge.
Yeah, okay. So Flip Flappers, which was my suggestion for the podcast, it was an indie developed kind of. I think they got picked up by a studio, but it's like the first thing that this like project ever made. It's an original project, made by Flip Flap Projects, what I think they're called, and the story revolves around two girls traveling into a different dimension to collect stones, while definitely not the Ku Klux Klan tries to stop them from taking different stones, and so that they can take the stones instead. And that's the whole basic premise of it. It's very magical girly in a way.
Yeah.
Yes.
It has, I don't know, the way how I've always read this. So I watched this back when it aired in 2016, 17, I think it was.
It's
And-
older now.
Crazy,
And-
honestly.
I remembered aspects of it that really stuck out with me, like the Mad Max, as it was affectionately called by the community, Mad Max Yuri Road bit.
That's
The
pretty good,
giant,
actually.
That's pretty good.
yeah, the giant Evangelion reference. the horror part of it with all the Gokigenyo girls in the freaky ass clock tower, and then the ending of it I remembered being kind of like bizarre.
I can give you a fun little factoid real quick, Lidge.
Please.
Oshiyama, the director, was one of the primary animators for Evangelion 2.0.
Wow.
Oh shit! Really?
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. That'll check it out.
FMA Brotherhood as well.
Well, yeah. There's some good Sakuga in there. So yeah, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yo, fight scenes in that show. Mwah.
He directed
Chef's
one
kiss.
episode for Space Dandy as well.
Yeah, bro. This guy's
wow.
a menace. Okay, let's go.
I need to watch Space Dandy. I've heard good things.
I've heard
I
good
have
things too. I've never watched it. Only seen clips and gone, I should watch this, but never have been able to give my time to watch it.
All right, next wheel. Let's go. It's the whole point of the show.
I do. I'll just pick up where you were talking about Klidge is the things that I remember about this show. I also remember watching it maybe like a year after it came out and being like, dang, this show is really good. Why don't more people know about it? And maybe I was misguided in the fact that people didn't know about it because this seems like it's pretty like, endearing and beloved by its community, or at least people who actually care about it. Yeah.
Yeah, people know about it, but it sold really poorly in Japan.
Very sad.
It sold really bad in Japan
Jeez.
because nobody bought the box sets or like any of the actual like stuff. Because again, this is a full. It's just the anime. There's no manga. There's no like light novel. There's no other like base framework for it. It's just this.
Yeah, that makes sense. Some of these like anime only projects, I mean, Wonder Egg is one of those anime only projects, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's weird because unless you have like backing behind your name, like I'm pretty sure Gurren was a anime only project, and so was Kill la Kill. Like, but those were titans in the industry before they left to go to Trigger from Gainax and stuff. So it's interesting because I think that Flip Flappers is definitely leans away from what you expect from I guess I could call it a Yuri anime. There's definitely huge
It's 100%
Okay.
a Yuri anime.
Okay.
So the entire plot of it is not very subtly Coconut like discovering that she's gay.
Yeah, it definitely is. I just think I guess I'm more focusing on like the themes of duality and different perspectives, I guess, more so. And that coincides with obviously like her finding out that she's like gay, which is cool.
Yeah.
Which I think adds to the story pretty heavily there because there's just like a lot of Coconut being, I want to not think about that.
Yeah, I want to just live in like this safe security, have every day be the exact same. And they do a really good job of showing that being like, yeah, the grandma wakes her up every morning and then they always eat the same breakfast and she always leaves the exact same way. It's the same normal life every single day.
The environmental storytelling is really on point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%. Very good.
Speaking of environment stuff, God, the fucking show is so beautiful.
It is really
very
pretty.
well
It's
animated,
such a
and the background art
fucking-
is really well done.
I love how
It's such a good style.
the theme of duality plays into the art as well. Like the shit that you see in real life, or like when they're in like not pure illusion or whatever it is.
Yeah,
When they go to pure illusion, you're like, this is just a distorted version of the place that they were in, which is always so cool to see. And I'm like, these guys were making art and they knew they were making art. And it's so sad to see that their art didn't get appreciated as well as it should have. So
Yeah.
I guess there's duality and perspective in that. Because people do not appreciate artists. They do not.
Not at all. I don't know. I was worried going back after so many years that I was going to think that it was just not as good as I remember it being. And I don't know. There's aspects of it that going back now I did not remember from way back in the day. that I'm like, I don't like that as much. But then there's other things I'm just like, holy fuck. Like the scene where the guy, the not KKK guy runs at God, who was it? Was it Coconut? And then she just turns him into a pile of clovers, just like disintegrates him, and you see all of them like fall all around her and all that. It's so well animated and all that shit. You're just like, holy fuck. God,
yeah, it's a gym, dude. But yeah,
it really. You say that there's people who like it's well known in its community, but I mean that's the thing. It's just like, if you go right now and you go to look up Flip Flappers, it's going to probably be immediately followed up by, is Flip Flappers good? And the reason for that is that why people dislike Flip Flappers, stateside at least, or in the West, is because of fan service. And that's the part I didn't remember when I initially watched that. And a lot of it I feel like is justified. A lot of people are like, why is Papika always naked? It's like, well, it's meant to be symbolic of the fact that she's like a free spirit and does what she wants. She doesn't need to do anything like that. And even her own nudity isn't exactly like, I would never say that her nudity was ever explicitly like erotic. She's just naked.
Yeah.
Like she's never like hyper suggestive or anything like that. She just happens to be naked.
Yeah,
But then you have scenes in like the Evangelion part where for no reason there's just a hyper insanely well animated shot of Coconuts ass hitting a seat.
Episode 8.
Episode 8.
That's the next episode.
Yeah, I remember seeing that and being like, that was completely unnecessary.
Yeah,
Yeah, it felt very Kill la Kill for that shot.
It's weird because like fan service in and of itself is like just like stigma with it. I think that when you are purposely using nudity and eroticism to express a theme, it can be easily misconstrued as, oh, they're just doing this for horniness, right? For horniness' sake. When there are shows meant to be just horny, there are dozens, billions of shows, I feel like, that are meant to
High School
be like,
DxD,
Monster hey, Musume. I am horny. And sometimes that
interspecies reviewers.
Yeah, I mean, like, and sometimes horniness is also like can overtake the bones of a really good show.
Yes,
but I think that Flip Flappers, out for all scenes that don't involve like actually expressing some sort of theme, I think that it's mostly sparing in that regard. Again, these are, things have changed since 2016 in Japan. So, I think they, I don't know. There's a tastefulness to it, obviously, because of them going for the themes, but obviously yeah, sure, it's not free of criticism for having scenes like that scene in the mecha episode.
I mean,
but it also is like we said, it is a Yuri, and I feel like there's a certain level of sexualization that comes with the genre.
Yeah.
And I feel like for the most part, at least in my opinion, apart from like episode 8, because episode 8 is very heavy-handed on the fan service, everything else is pretty tasteful.
Yeah.
Like if a shot of someone's ass is like too much fan service for you, like a fucking 2-frame shot of someone's ass, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's anime.
Yeah.
This shit's been in the fucking business for fucking 40 years.
But alas, we are just men, so
we're just innocent men.
Yeah, we're just men.
Just
so
normal men.
Give us some grace on that too. But again, I agree. I think that it comes with the environment, So. But yeah, I think Flip Flappers is great. I loved it.
Why does Yuri have to be like this? I'm just thinking about this now. There's only two kinds of Yuri that exist. There's either like abuse Yuri or like cutesy Yuri.
That's all you need.
Why is that?
I do not fucking know, bro. This is why I don't watch any Yuri or Yaoi. I'm just like, I'm not
like soccer a trick. You guys ever watch Sakura Trick?
I don't think so.
It's great. It's adorable. It's very cutesy. It's very cutesy Yuri. It's the one that has. There's an amazing scene in Sakura Trick where these girls need to like jump from one balcony to another, and one of them goes to jump, and then her friend is just like, "No, wait, you can't do it." And they grab the legs, and they do this like weird thing that breaks physics with how they like fly in the air and then slam onto the other balcony. And and everyone, whenever that came out, was just like, "This is what happens if you're gay. Gay people can just do that." It's great. So Sakura Trick's a good recommend if you want like a really comfy show. And then you have things like Citrus, which is just like abuse Yuri, just like mental fucking. I'm gonna fuck you over, but I'm also your sister, kind of. How's that make you feel, huh?
Whoa,
we're gay now.
That's a lot.
Citrus is a fucking trip.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's not really much on the in between for that.
Yeah.
I'm not very familiar with yaoi because I'm just going to be honest. I've not really had an interest in watching yaoi at all outside of that one skateboard anime that I ruined reputation by saying
Infinity.
He said it was a secret yaoi, and she's like, "No, they're just good friends." I'm like, Deja.
Yeah, I remember she asked me about it when I finished it because I actually ended up finishing it on my own. And she was like, did you think they were gay? Did you know they were gay? And I was like, yeah.
She thought they were being bros.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah, it's yaoi.
It's very, very obviously yaoi. I saw one episode and it's like, man, they gay as hell. And Dave's just like, what?
Me and Natalie watched this one yaoi.
It's slow burn. That doesn't exist in yaoi.
We watched a yaoi that was... It's called Banana Fish. I don't know if y'all have watched Banana Fish before.
I've heard of it because I know the fan base is absolutely insane.
They're like, we didn't finish it.
Not in a bad way, by the way. If you like Banana Fish, I'm not attacking you.
No, yeah, we didn't finish it. I don't know. I didn't know how to explain it. It was just kind of like, I guess it was.
Oh my.
It's just a lot. There's just like a theme of like, I'm a gangster and I'm going to do bad things. And then there's like some true... What is that?
It's a banana fish.
Is that yeah, that's the anime we watched. No, I can see it. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, we watched that and I couldn't really... I don't care. I was just like, this is a lot. Just for me. I thought the show was good, and I was like, I wanted to keep watching, but then I was like, man, this yaoi where they just like are sexualizing this young man. I was like, I don't know if I want to keep watching this because there was like abuse in there, and I was like, Jesus Christ, yeah, I don't think I can watch this.
I know of Banana Fish because, unsurprisingly, I guess on TikTok. There's an artist I really like, been into him since like 2014, named Ricky Montgomery. He blew up like recently, really recently. It was like 2022 maybe. He blew the fuck up, and people used his song Mr. Loverman for Banana Fish edits, and that fan base would not leave that man alone. Would not leave him alone. Goodness. DMs, fucking all of his lives, all of his comments, everything was just about Banana Fish. And he's like, I didn't make it. I didn't make this. He was like a really good sport about it, but it was like a year straight of like just harassment.
So funny. Well, any more thoughts on Flip Flappers?
I do have a lot of thoughts on Flip Flappers. I won't like yap for too long though.
No, you're good. I'm 20 minutes into recording. We're good.
Yeah. No, it's. I think the thing I like about Flip Flappers the most is that it feels like it's a love letter to anime as a whole. If that makes any sense, because what genre is Flip Flappers? Aside from Yuri,
that's the best part. That's the best part. Is it you watch it and you're like every episode is it feels Monster of the Week even though it isn't.
Yeah, and it's great.
Like it's good because you see how much range these people have, and when they were creating it, and you're just like, you're on a trip, bro.
Like It's
very Alice in Wonderland-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is that's fully intentional with that. Speaking of the outro song with the like those animations and shit, like the storybook shit, and that just everything. God, it's so good. I fucking yeah. I don't know. I really appreciate that you can pick up any episode and be like, this is going to, it's going to be really well animated. It's going to be really interesting. Some of like the commentary and stuff is like whatever. Like some like the things that are said are just kind of like, sure. It's a little bit schlocky. It's a little bit campy at times, but I don't know. It's just to me, it's a visual masterpiece. Like how they like put all this shit together. There's some insane set pieces. Like a lot of people who will know because it happens really early on. The Mad Max scene with like the hundreds of rippling muscled men rowing a massive boat through the desert as like that shit is so fucking awesome. And then like just the other like going to the clock tower with the spooky girls and all that shit. And like they never explain that really. Like they go outside and they like there's just a tower, it's clocks, and then you just like look down and you're bleeding out of all your orifices and then you die. It's just like, what the fuck was that? Like they did the horror imagery shit really, really well for just one episode.
Yeah, they are.
The reveal of just like the head guy being like was essentially like was it Coconuts' grandpa? Technically, am I remembering this timeline right?
I fucking couldn't tell you. I mean,
because I'm pretty sure it's the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Jesus Christ.
Was the
Dude,
look, they did it themselves. They look like those fuckers look like the KKK. They knew what they were doing.
He's killing me, man.
They made that guy. That guy went crazy, and he started the cult. And his son was Salt, and Salt was Coconuts' dad. And so I guess that was her grandpa. Like,
wasn't Mimi her mom?
Mimi was her mom, yes.
Yeah.
And then Paprika, the whole thing with Paprika though, that one's always been like kind of weird to me. How she was like an adult and helped to raise Coconut a little bit, and then was stuck in like the hyperbolic time chamber of torture where she'd age, where she would age and then de-age, and essentially went through like God knows how many like iterations of her life in this cage, just sitting there rotting.
Guys,
until Coconut came around.
Funky.
Guys, what the fuck is Flip Flappers about?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a really good coming of age story.
It's an amazing coming of age story.
It's a great one.
It's great. I love it dearly. I wish they would make more stuff. I've been wanting them to make more of whatever the fuck this is since it aired, just because it's so.
We tried.
It's, if nothing else, it's so enjoyable to watch. Like the whole time watching it, even if you're like, I really don't know what the fuck's happening. It's such a visual spectacle that you're just like, this is cool. This is fun. It's like Kill la Kill, like in that sense, where it's just like, I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just here to see what this shit's going.
With fucking Wonder Egg, they did the same shit. They're just like less Yuri elements, and then like every episode is a banger, and then you get to the last one, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like Flip Flappers has all of that, except what the fuck is going on is sometimes just sprinkled in between. You're like, huh?
Yeah. Flip Flappers had a really good ending.
Yeah, thank God.
I really like
Holy shit, ending. Thank God.
It was great closure.
Goodness gracious. But yeah, there's why is it that when we get something that good, it's like, we love it over here, but then it's like floppy. Minus Wonder Egg's last episode, right? Like
right,
like so good, and then it flops, and you're like, how is this possible? Like this is peak, man.
I don't remember what it was airing against, because I remember that that
was
2016
lineup. The 2016 lineup.
I think it was up against ReZero, and at one point it was actually more popular than ReZero on anime charts.
Anime season 2016. Let's see. The 2016 anime season. Let me look that up. That shit was, I believe it was stacked.
It was a good one, but I remember that, like,
yeah,
that was back when I was very much into.
Guys, it had no fucking chance, man. We had ReZero, we had My Hero, we had fucking Agene, Mob Psycho came out in 2016. Awesome. What else? Love Live. Oh
shit.
Jesus, there was just no way. What is this? Twin Star Exorcist?
That would be October would be fall.
Bro,
Kisniver
right? Came out. Kisniver.
Okay. Well, okay, so no, I'm looking at the fall season specifically now. You had Haikyuu, Yuri on Ice, Bungo Stray Dogs.
Yeah.
Kiss Him Not Me was really popular.
Fucking Keijo.
Yeah, Flip
Floppers.
Yeah, Keijo.
Yeah, man.
Keijo's amazing.
Yes, dude. Like, March Comes Like a Lion. March Comes Like
there
a
was
Lion.
a Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah, dude. This shit
it had some crazy competition, and yet I remember at one point it still topped all of them because people were just, at least in the West, people were like, "The fuck's happened with those gay girls over there?"
Yeah, what is this about? Gotta know, right? Yeah, that's nuts, bro. Like, fuck.
And then it went no love.
It went up against Ao Oni the animation.
Damn, bro.
Ooh, that's a tough one to beat. I remember watching that and being like, God, this is shit.
Guys, that reminds me, I'm putting Kisniver on the list. I will watch it one more time. Unless you have already watched it, then we won't have to talk about it.
I've never seen it.
What is it?
Kisniver's so good, man. It's like
never even heard of it.
Another Trigger anime, but Trigger decided to make a really, like, I don't know if it's an adaptation. I think it's another anime only they just threw out there. But it has, like, we don't want to talk about it right now. We'll talk about it later. Well, it's too much to explain. I think we should transition now.
I'm with you. That was good. What do you rate it? What do you rate Flip Flappers at? I want to hear both of yours, and I'll give you mine.
Flip Flappers is a solid 8.5 out of 10.
7.8 because I had a harder time following it. But still really enjoyed it.
I will give it a, even though it's one of my favorites, it's probably in my top 5. I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
All right, that's
so
pretty good average.
Round that up to
8.3 like maybe.
8.3 or something. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just go straight to 8. Yeah. Final words on that is I love that show. I highly recommend it. It's a very hidden gem.
Yeah, go watch that.
I definitely recommend. I just realized we need to like recommend some bad anime.
Oh my god, we should do a bad anime run.
We should just like on the wheel. We each need to pick one anime that we know is bad, and just put it on there.
Yo, y'all are gonna see then the horny shows are gonna come out, and we're like, you guys gotta watch this.
All right, I'm putting Kiss X Sis on there.
I am not watching that shit again. Not watching.
Did you say again?
Yeah, I watched it, bro. I'm not watching it again. Holy!
You don't want to watch a girl piss on a guy?
Listen, when I watched that in the compartmentalized portion of my life that I was in, which was, that young age where I'm understanding things about myself, and I watched that and I was like, this is exactly what I want. And then I thought about it and I was like, this is not what I want at all.
This is not at all what I want.
But yeah, I'm glad that everybody enjoyed Flip Flappers. Guys, go watch Flip Flappers. It's really good.
Yeah, go watch Flip Flappers. Next up, we're going to be talking about the English dub of School Days.
That shit's crazy. We're not going to talk about School Days.
No, we're not. No, next up is... So, this was not announced on the previous podcast, but we made the decision that because we had been gone for so long, we would add another thing from the list on that was a little bit shorter. So we're going to be going with Cam's suggestion now, which was Girl from the Other Side, which is a 3-episode OVA, which translates to about 70-minute runtime, give or take. And because this is Cam's baby, please take it away.
Okay, so Girl from the Other Side, essentially, long story short, it's based on a manga by, who the fuck was the author? Nagabe, I believe was the author. This DVD was crowdfunded. They released what was like a 10-minute, I think, OVA first as a little like teaser. No dialogue, nothing, just animation. Very pretty. But I think that was their way of being like, hey, we're interested in doing this. Here's the Kickstarter if you want to support it.
Yeah.
And I think the plan initially was to do a full series, but that obviously didn't happen. But it's about a young girl named Shiva, she gets found by somebody who goes by teacher outside the walls of a safe haven. And essentially, if you're outside the walls of the safe haven, you are at risk of being cursed by, I think they just call them the cursed ones.
Yeah, or outsiders.
Yeah.
The outsiders, that's it. I think in the manga they use cursed ones sometimes, but outsiders.
So, I got a lot to say.
Yeah, she's found by an outsider, and it's a very cute kind of father-daughter dynamic.
I love wholesome horror.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very, very niche genre, but I do love wholesome horror.
Listen, I have a lot of questions.
I'm sure you do.
Luck.
And I just want to say, while I do love me some good father-daughter, just cutesy, like, oh my God, this is so wholesome, and we're going to go on a quote-unquote journey and learn and shit. I thought that shit was cute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's only so much of that I can hold on to before I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, I love the allure and the mystery and, you know, unanswered questions being answered by environmental storytelling and things like that. But this show was, I mean, it's not bad, but it was a little lacking in telling me what was going on. And maybe that was supposed to be like the point is like, you don't. But for me personally, I find it like annoying when I'm put into a world where it's not giving me a lot of answers outside of this is just how it is. I don't like that. I want to know more. I want you to world build, and I like seeing small things become bigger themes. And I felt like it didn't give me that. Not that it was his intention to do a good job of it or anything like that, because obviously the focus is like the relationship here. But I was like, what the hell? I was like, this is good in that area. I want to know more, though. I was just like sitting there like, I'm going to keep watching this because I'm hoping to get more.
It sounds to me like you have been a victim of anime being an advertisement for the manga. Now you have to go read it to figure all that shit out.
So there's a lot.
You got.
As the one person here who read the manga,
okay,
you're missing a lot.
Fuck this
a
place.
lot. And it's not a long manga.
Yeah.
It's 50 chapters.
That's an easy read.
bad.
I'm just sitting there like, I watching it, I was like, this is so good. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
but that makes sense now. That makes a lot of sense.
It is great. It's a great manga. It is sad that there is a lot missing from the OVA, but it's just what they had to work with.
It's time constraints and budget and all that. Budget especially because this is a much like Flip Flappers. It's insanely uniquely animated. Yes. Everything looks like it was done with like pencil.
Yeah, and it's very niche as well.
I love the pastel or not pastel. Maybe it was pastel,
like watercolor.
But the watercolor, yes. I loved the watercolor like spots and everything like that, moving with the pencil marks on the animation. It was just like a gem to watch.
There's a lot of scenes. I don't know if they did it digitally or if they were scans, but you can see the like canvas texture in a lot of backgrounds. Because I don't know if that was actual watercolor on canvas or just a digital effect they did, but it was gorgeous.
It's probably cheaper to do it just watercolors. They might have just done that, and it looks really good.
It looks really
like that's
good.
How you know it's good. Is you're like, is this real? Chat.
I don't know if chat is intelligent enough to answer that.
You hear that, chat? Prove him wrong in the comments.
Yeah, prove me wrong. Come on, chat.
I loved it though.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot that I wish was included. That is the pain of having read the manga first.
Yeah.
Because for you guys, there's nowhere to go but up. You know, you go read the manga, it's just gonna get better. You're just gonna have more context and more time with these characters.
I was like, what is he gonna do? Is that gonna get resolved? And then I felt like nothing happened, and I was like, it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, it was absolutely fucking beautiful. I was just
like, go back to their house.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah, that is the one thing I didn't like was the ending, which felt like there was a lot of like build up to what this like weird tree monster man thing was and what Mother was, and then it's just like he talks to a hole and then rainbows come out. Which is a really, really, really like bad way of just phrasing that, but that's exactly what happens. And then they go home. They don't go home. They go to a village. They live in that like village house for a bit, and then it's implied they continue their journey, which is supposed to say, well, there's more to this, but we don't have the budget for, so we can't make an episode 4.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which isn't a bad stopping point. I'll say that. That's actually a really good stopping point to be like, if we ever do get picked up, we now have like a good place, a point of reference we can go from here.
Yeah.
And there is implications to that are really good, like him being like, I'm willing to sacrifice myself for this girl, and then she being like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not drinking your weird heart water, Dad.
I didn't understand that.
It's funny too, because it's like, again, having read it, the ending of the manga is really fucking confusing.
These people.
Like the last 15 chapters, you hit the point where you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Tell us what happens.
No.
Don't tell me what happened.
I'm saying that like figuratively to the manga artist. Just tell me what the fuck is going on.
If you read it and you get to the last bit, especially the last chapter, and you're confused, just go to Reddit. There's a really good type up on exactly what happened. Like, you'll find it. If you just look up what happened to the end of Girl from the Other Side, there's this one motherfucker who just typed out a full paragraph explaining the whole thing. It's great.
Okay. All right.
Hi, that will be linked down below in this YouTube video, and if you are listening to this on Spotify, go to the YouTube video.
Yeah.
But it's a great manga. It's really gorgeous artwork. Okay. Gorgeous artwork.
Heard.
I really like the coloring with the anime, but there is something about the black and white in the manga.
Well, yeah, it's about duality. Like it sells that whole otherness that they're really trying to get to.
Exactly.
Guys.
And when the whole thing is that she, I'm actually not sure. They really know how to work with just black and white to get their point across.
Guys, we accidentally themed this episode on duality. Crazy.
True.
Wow. We're so cool.
We're fucking great, dude.
Guys,
we got this shit.
We didn't even know how cool we were, yeah.
We themed this on duality, and this whole season of the first season of Nostalgia Pile is about middle schoolers killing themselves.
Jesus.
Also, Shiva is so cute.
I love her.
She's so cute. The scene where he gives her the tea, and it's bitter, and she just sticks her tongue out. It's so funny.
That's good.
Her little face. Her face is fucking 2 dots and a line.
Yeah. It's perfect. It's perfect character design.
Yeah. It is. Here, Cam, looking.
I like when she wraps her own bandage. I'm like, look at this child that is capable of doing stuff on their own. That's my favorite.
It's also really nice because, sorry, I was watching the GIF. For people who, haven't read it or seen it yet, you don't want to touch the outsiders. That is how the curse is transferred. And initially, she's very hesitant, and she's like, "Why not? Why not? Why can't I just touch you?" And he's just like, "No, just don't."
He gets. I thought the squirt bottle scene where he's sprayed her in the face saying "back off" was kind of a bit much, but
Yeah,
but
I remember that scene too.
Me too. They just without even like explicitly stating that, like having to explain to you that she's like learning that, they do really well showing how like careful and gentle she is around him, and vice versa, because of like how much they care for each other. It's really nice.
Yeah. It's a very, very well done father-daughter dynamic. I gotta say, that is one of my favorite genres of manga that exists, which is fucked up, disgruntled dad adopts daughter that gives him new meaning to life, and then they really just like grow as characters together, and seeing how authors handle that. I love those manga. I need more of them to not end with marriage between the two, but
this one does not. I'll tell you that right now.
I was gonna say that would be a very, very weird change if it did, but yeah.
Yeah, this one does not.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
guys, I'm pulling up the wheel, but we can keep talking. We're just getting the wheel out.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I love this. I want more of this. I want to go read the manga. I should go and see if I can actually pick up the manga, because I might be able to actually read this in Japanese, because the wording on it isn't that complicated, I imagine. Like, it seems like it's mostly visual and visual storytelling. Speaking of, the tree scene in the anime is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and the concept of they all stayed together, and that's how there's this like forest around with all these clothes in them, is fucking cool. And then I don't know.
Yeah, so that was the environmental storytelling that I was like,
yeah,
this is gonna come back, because they stayed on it a little too long, and then it comes back, and you're like, oh, okay. And then they don't explain
also,
further.
like,
You're like, okay.
the implication too that the other side people can't actually like die because they don't have a soul is very interesting. Because like they like motherfucking Sensei gets shot in the head with an arrow, and then it's just like, hold up, why'd you do that?
Yeah, he's like sitting there contemplating, like, bro, you need to stop this guy from touching you.
And that whole scene, like how that's animated, is great. He's just like, get off me. The people can't see him. I got my arms in the air, just like, get off me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Stop it. And the guy just keeps like tackling him, like, stop it. Stop it. What are you doing? Stop it.
I love it. It's definitely like one of my favorite manga.
Yeah, well, I will give my rating, and I'll give this an 8 out of 10, because it was just beautiful. Even if I didn't understand like what was happening, I still enjoyed like seeing what was going to happen next. And obviously, the animation and just overall art style and design is just like chef's kiss. If you are a storybook, like dark fantasy nerd, is really good.
I would give it. I have to like remind myself I'm rating the OVA and not the manga.
The manga.
Yes, we're rating the OVA, not the manga.
The OVA, I would give. An 8 is fair. It's really pretty. It's very like well made. It's gorgeous. They tested new animation styles on it. It's fucking Wit Studio. They do really good work.
Okay.
Music's good. It's just, it's not the full thing.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm good for an 8 as well. I think that it does what it's trying to do very well. And I just really wish that there was more. I just looked up on Amazon how much the one volume costs, and they're not really selling them, so you have to buy them for about $60 for the volume 1. Used.
What do you mean? For the manga?
For the manga. In Japan.
Damn.
I'll mail you. It's my local bookstore's got them for like $8.
Is it gonna show it?
God dang. 8,268 yen.
Yep.
That's too much fucking money. For one volume? I don't know
It's
about
about
that.
$60 USD, give or take.
I'm pretty sure Books a Million has a whole series.
I was at a bookstore yesterday. I'm going to be up in Chitose next week, so I'll go and check out, see if I can't find.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're listening to the podcast, you want to come find me, I'll be in Chitose next week. You'll be hearing this probably, I don't know, probably a year after I'm done with that shit.
No, we're mastering some of them now.
Did they stop printing it?
Uh-oh.
Maybe? Like a couple of them I can see online for on Books a Million for $11, $12, but then those are the deluxe editions. That makes sense. Okay, so the regular paperbacks are about $11 at Books a Million.
Cool.
Gotcha. Yeah, go pick that up. Support the author.
All right,
and go buy the Blu-ray box set of Flip Flappers, because maybe we can somehow crowdfund them to make another thing. It doesn't have to be Flip Flappers again.
Flip Flappers
I just want
2.
Yeah, more flip flapping.
Oh, I forgot to talk about Yayaka. She's so fucking cute. Love how angry she is. She's so cute.
Angy. Always so angy.
Love her streaks. Love her transformation. Love that she's a good friend. She's a good-ass friend. That's a ride or die, everybody.
That's a ride or die. She's definitely not doing it because she's gay as hell for coconut and gets cucked. But, we're not going to talk about that.
She's still a good friend, though, because she still stuck it out till the end.
Yeah, Sesbian Lex and all that.
All right, MFs. Are you ready for me to spin this fucking wheel? And I'll tell everybody what's on it.
So what's left on the wheel? Yeah.
All right, we got 3 titles left on the wheel. We got 8686. We've got Somali and the Forest Spirit, and of course we have Evangelion.
I don't know if I could do Somali and the Forest Spirit. It's gonna kill me on the inside, and that's my recommendation. I'm pretty sure.
I believe it is. Yes, 8686 is mine. Evangelion is Cam's, and Somali is yours. So, are we ready to spin the wheel?
Yes.
Spin that wheel.
Oh shit! What are we gonna get? Oh yeah. Okay. It is my recommendation now, you mofos.
8686.
It's 8686.
All right. I had no idea what the fuck this is. I just know that one of my students likes it a lot.
Science fiction war or something like that. Let's go watch it. It's probably about oppression in some capacity. Go watch it. Check it out. You know what we do. And then we will fill this wheel up after we watch that. Now, I also believe this is a 26 episoder. So this might just take up the time we have for the next episode. I'm sure we will come back with lots of thoughts. So, damn, yeah, it's good to be back though. Missed you guys.
Yeah, I missed you too, man.
No,
I feel like I've not talked to you in a while.
Yeah, we've got some
have I seen this?
Normal shit going on nowadays, so I can actually be home. At least for the next month or two.
I'm reading the titles of these episodes, Jordan.
Name one.
Okay. I Don't Want to Die.
Oh.
Through to the end. Will you remember me? Goodbye.
This is gonna be sad as fuck, guys.
It's too late.
Oh my god.
I won't forget.
We have 3 heavy
Stay
hitters.
this way forever. Together unto death.
Jesus.
Deja's not gonna watch this with me.
Shin, which just means death.
No.
All that's left. What are you making us watch?
I don't know. I've never watched it before either.
Oh, really?
I was like, I've been interested in this because of like the genre it's in, but I'm like, because it's like a mecha. It's not a mecha, but it is a mecha. You know what I mean?
Mecha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's a mecha light.
Well, I'm sorry, everybody. Well, I guess everybody's gonna
who's
cry.
ready for some shit? Yeah, if you're watching this, you know what 8686 is about. We are in for some shit. So, did we want to fill up the wheel after we watch this, or after we get done with Evangelion and
yeah, I
Somali?
think. How long is Somali?
How about this? Somali is a 12 episoder, I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, I don't know. That might take us some time. That. If we do both.
Because if we want, I would not be opposed to making what we watch after 86 Evangelion as a season finale.
Ooh.
For the podcast.
Okay.
And I think Jake said that he would participate in that one. So we get a fourth guest in.
We get a guest? Okay.
We get a guest for our last episode, and then we can fill up the wheel after. Sorry, Somali fans. I will keep it on the wheel as one of my recommendations.
That sounds good.
I think it's a good way to like end that series.
Okay, we'll call the last season episode the Evangelion episode, because everyone has an Evangelion episode.
Yeah, because I've never seen Evangelion.
I have not.
Have you seen? You've not. Cam has. So it'll be good. I know Evangelion. I did a what's your weirdest hear me outs thing on stream, and I picked Ramiel from Evangelion because hell yeah, cryptic geometry, and yeah.
All right then.
Anyway,
thank you for joining us. We appreciate you listening, you and we hope you all have a good however long before we talk to you again.
Yeah, it was a good time.
We'll hopefully be catching you all soon.
Goodbye.
All right, one last time. Who are you guys, and where can we find you?
Hey, my name's Jordan. Twitch.tv, Kitsukatu. Social media is a cancer. Sorry, guys.
Valid. Okay.
You guys are sons of bitches, you know that?
Yeah. Too courteous for our own good.
Yeah.
I'm Klidge Radio. If you're watching this on YouTube, you already know who I am. Hit that subscribe button, help a brother out. Alternatively, if you're on Spotify, at Nostalgia Pile. You can find all my socials at Klidge or Klidge Radio VODs or Klidge Radio or Sventarian specifically on Twitter. If you look up Klidge and you find a Roblox account, it's not mine, I swear. All right.
I don't believe you. I'm Cameron. You can find me at Anarchic Killjoy, just about everywhere. And Bright Eyed Anarchist on some sites. It's a fucking crapshoot. I don't know what to tell you. You'll figure it out.
Covers.
No.
Love you guys.
Yep. Love you guys.
Much.
Catch y'all later.
Bye.
Make sure to follow us.
Please.
Please, I need attention or I'll die. You don't want me to die.
Why do you guys think Klidge streams like every fucking day?
Yeah.
True, if you do not stop.
All right. See you guys later.
Right. Later. Bye.
Peace.